She's going to be really, really good.
Yeah, she brings a fire to the team, too. Last night, she got called twice for celebrating at the other team rather than with her own team, and I think they should just let her play. She blocked someone straight down. You got to let them hear it.
You know, it's funny. Craig Collins said the same thing this afternoon. I don't know what it is with you guys.
We're roommates. We're competitive, and we think the same way, and we just want to play and have a good old time. And you know, the crowd gets into that when there's a little bit of, you know, screaming and yelling, and you know, it brings a lot of life to the game, and it makes it exciting for everyone to watch, and it's fun then because then you feel like, you know, you're battling with someone else, and you know, instead of this, okay, turn your back and don't let them know, you know, just go have fun with it.
How much of this game is emotion?
Oh, a lot. A lot of it is emotion. I mean,
etching a line.
I experienced it firsthand in the Long Beach State match last year when I was fortunate enough to get a nice dig against them. We came back from 14-6, and I would like to think that the excitement that I portrayed after I got that dig helped come back. But I mean, people see you, great dig back row, but people see you fired up, and they're going to want to play fired up like you are because they see you fired up, and everyone will just take charge, and whoever's got the most emotion wins the games.
This is Bourne on the outside, two-man block up, turning it aside. Roth, the number 9, Rebecca Tillema.
That's a shame because Julie had a great dig back there. She just sprawled to the left and just put her fist out there and poked it up, and we just couldn't get a point out of it. But hey, it's a great dig by her, so we had some good things happening there.
I don't know how common it is in the women's game to have your kill leader also be your dig leader. That's what Julie Parrott is.
Yeah, she is, and you know what? The same thing happens in the men's. When you say it's not so common to have your setter as your dig leader, in the men's, that's what we had. It's an attitude. Whatever player on the team, it just happens to be Julie at the outside position. Whatever player on the team wants the most digs and prides himself in defense is going to get it. It has nothing to do with what position they're in. It's just whoever's got the most pride to go out there and get the defense done.
Reichart with the kill. And we've been stuck on this 5-4 score for a while. Now it's 6-4. Herdman on serve.
See if Carey can make a big dig back there.
Roth.
There it is.
Ooh, a little bit of a push. Roth again. She is starting to come on.
Yeah, they're working really hard here not to let IPFW pull away at all, and they're siding out pretty well right now.
Ellie Foltz, number 15, going to go back in to serve it up. Becca Tillema will have a seat. This is Foltz at 4-6. Oh, there it is.
Great pass. See, great pass. Andy's up before the ball gets to April. April gives her the ball. Just like that. You couldn't even have drawn it up on a piece of paper any better than that. I'm sure Tim's pretty happy with the way they executed that play.
I know Tim can. Tim can't draw very well. Soft block that time, Reichart.
April's disappointed there because that ball was a trap set, and she knows she should have got her hands over and just stuffed that ball right back at her. But hey, now she's got to run an offense, telling everybody where to go.
This is Jamie Roth on serve at 4-6. She's been getting a lot of swings this game. Tough pass. Teagard now has to toss it over. Oh, the whirly bird. A little bit coming out of Ross' hands. Hitting wide is Tillema, or Keister rather. Shauna Keister is number 8.
Let's see if Amber can jump it up here again. Give him the heater.
Serve. Good pass. Overpass. That might have been going out. Now they got to get it over. They do. The knuckle job. And Parrott coming back.
Get up, Andy. Great play by Herdman, I believe it was. Cover that up. That ball's out. Great play by Carey. Being alert, just guessing that ball wasn't going to get hit. She was just there covering. It was a great play by her. Great awareness to get there.
Shauna Keister ends up with a kill after the no scratch that. She hit it out of bounds. I thought she got some touch on that. So it's 7-4 IPFW. Teagarden up with it, 2 to get it over. Easter dumps. And Barrett around the block.
I like the way April's pushing the middle in transition right now. It's really opening it up. And the first thing there, she gave it to the middle, and then the next time on transition, then she pushed it outside. I mean, the middle jumped with Andy, and she got it out there, and Julie got the kill.
Well, since we have this break, Steve, not Tim, tell you about the College Cable Access Program Guide. It provides information about all the programming seen here on Channel 6, including IPFW Sports Telecast. To receive your free Channel 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to Channel 6 at IPFW. The address on your screen, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Zip is 05. And there's also international soccer on every Sunday. So if you still have that World Cup fever.
Go, 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 go!
That's what I was thinking of, Steve, when you were doing your trademark there before. I mean, if you could play that into a career like that guy has, man.
I don't know about that. It'd be nice to do something like that, you know.
So, Steve, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but what are your plans now? You're finishing up your degree here.
Yeah, I have 4 more classes, and I'll finish up with a double major in personnel supervision. And I'm trying to get in a placement right now in the Midwest, try to find myself a job, and you know, get into the real world, so to speak. And unfortunately, I'll be leaving Fort Fun, Indiana, in December, and unless I find a job here, which you know, only time will tell. I'm in no hurry to graduate now. I'm just gonna have a good time and just hang out with the fellas one last time.
Southern Indiana on serve at 4-8. Well, have you seen the guys that are coming in then for IPFW?
Yeah, I play with them on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays in the afternoon, and we got a really nice recruiting class this year. Forrest Gump Wilhoit, my roommate Dave, he's from down south. I call him Forrest because he's got that cut and that accent, so he looks like he's going to be a good player, and a lot of good things are going to happen this year.
That one just creeping over the net. Foltz with the kill. And another substitution. Becca Tillema in for Foltz. And for IPFW, Amy Rodenbach in, Andy Reichard out.
And you know, we got about 5 out of our 6, 4 out of the 6 starters back, and we got Scott stepping in to set. He's going to do a really nice job for the team, and Felipe's just going to come alive this year. Mark my words, he's going to. He's going to be All-American status, and I think he's just going to bring it to a new level.
Boy, he really turned it on last year when the team was struggling. He seemed to be the one consistent man on the team.
That's that emotion factor. I mean, as much as people might not like the way that he jumps up and down and gets all hyper, but hey, I love that in a player, and it helped a lot of guys in our team nonetheless.
You're saying a guy from Puerto Rico has a little fire?
Oh yeah, he has a lot of it. Great dig right there.
T-guard. What a big swing that was.
Great swing, and there you see the SIU blockers, off the net, didn't get their hands over, and you're not going to block a ball like that with T-guard out there swinging really hard.
This is Bear on serve at 9-4. Outside, Julie Parrott, combination play, still up, T-guard.
They got lucky there. I think they started celebrating a little bit, and Heather was aware of the fact that the ball was coming back while Julie was slapping someone's hand about the last hit, and she put it back and gave him a real reason to celebrate.
10-4 the score, IPFW in game 2, best of 5.
Pull!
That's the second time Welp has loaded one up on the shooting range. 11-4. Big block rotation this time for IPFW. Porch getting a hand on it, and that was Parrott's ball. April steps in front.
Blocker's having a hard time getting that ball, and it's coming over from the set, those oversets, and you really have to be disciplined. Just go up there and just catch that ball and throw it back at them. Just like that.
Overpass, put down, Tillema. Important too for blockers, Steve, keep their eyes open.
Yeah, that's for sure. When you see pictures in the paper of people jumping to block a ball with their eyes shut, I mean, if they block it, they're lucky, that's for sure.
That one might have been going out. Teagarden with the kill. And Julie Parrott on serve. She closed out game 1. They're 4 points away from game 2 to see if she goes to the jump. I imagine she will. Good pass by Keister. Dumped over. Reidenbach jumped on that one a little too quickly.
Here's this rotation right here where April's has to really work to get up to the front row, and on a good pass, let's see if she can get the ball to Dottie. You haven't heard much from her lately.
See if you can explain that a little bit. People at home, she has got a start back there. You can explain the intricacies of it. And there's an overpass.
She has to be behind. She's right there. She was middle back, and she has to be behind the middle front person, and she has to be behind everybody in the front row. So she steps back, and after the serve's contacted, she can break to the net. But as long as before the serve is attacked, that she's behind the people that she's supposed to be from the front row.
The opposing team, you want to attack the player in front of her, try to move her around, make her change her route to the net. Well, we got a double hit here on Keister.
Lauren. I don't know whether he was blowing that whistle or choking on it up there. That didn't look that bad. I've seen worse tonight.
I think he's getting paid for the number of times he blows the whistle. Donnie Porch on serve, and change up, she can serve. That's Roth. They've gotten away from her. Not able to pass to the outside. She swings both sides. Another kill for her. She's been impressive tonight for Southern Indiana. Tight set.
Good adjustment. Tight set, like you said. She knows she can't swing at it. She wasn't going to get stupid and just try to whale it. She would have been in the net or probably got blocked. So she just jumps up, calmly puts the ball in the center of the court where she sees an opening. It's a nice adjustment. She's
really come on. She had a couple big games up in Michigan, Grand Valley, in the tournament last weekend. She actually led the team in hitting in 2 games. And Amber Bourne is just a freshman. Yeah, she's going to be very good. And that last play right there, Dottie's got to stay out of the way. She's the middle hitter. Heather came in on a free ball and is going to pass it. She's a passer. The primary passer should get those balls, and Dottie should just stay back. And, basically, middle hitter should just stay out of the way defensively on free balls. Let your passers pass those up. 2 straight points for Southern Indiana.
April's coming in a little bit of a slump here. She's pushing a lot of the sets tight. I don't know whether she's not getting to the ball or she's just not concentrating, but I think she knows that she scratched her head that time, and here comes one right here.
Teagarden back row. Might be a gift. Roth has to dump it over inside the antenna. Mistake that time by Welp stepping in front. Tillema. Tiffany Martin now coming in at 12-7. And a passing error. I don't know if they count that one as a service ace.
They probably wouldn't count that as a service ace because the second person did touch the ball.
The only reason I'm saying that is Paper a lot seems to have a pencil down there doing some stats.
Well, you never know with him, that's for sure. I don't know, I think Mike Gale, the other trainer down there, is translating for him. Don't tell Felipe I said that.
And a service error for game point. A giveaway. Really want that ball to get over the net, not hit into the net.
She's a freshman. She served a couple balls in a row. She's got to hit that weight room before she can get 3 over in a row, huh?
I'm not going to tell her you said that.
I had the opportunity to work at some camps with Tiffany this summer. She's a great person, and she heard that, she'll laugh and get a kick out of it.
She's another player from that factory out there in Woodland. pair it up with another dig. Smart play.
Very smart play. The tight pass. Shouldn't be able to do anything with it. She just goes up for the ball and just threw it straight down.
April Baer with a kill, and now another chance for game 2. This is right card. Overpass.
Nice
sort
play.
of anticlimactic, but it's game 2 nevertheless. 15-5 and 15-8 is your second game score. We're going to take a timeout right now. We come back, game 3. NCAA Division II Women's Volleyball. Coming back right after this.
A lot of my friends have already retired. But I wasn't ready for that. So I'm still teaching. This time in Belize, Central America. I decided to join the Peace Corps. I love my kids. And the way I figure it, I have the rest of my life to play cards.
Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
My hero? Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Costner, Mr. Wong.
These are teachers, but to the kids they've reached, they're heroes.
My hero? Mrs. Wooten. If I don't get through to that child, who knows, maybe no one else will.
Teachers have the power to wake up young minds, to be heroes, to make a difference. Reach for that power. Teach. Find out how by calling 1-800-45-TEACH. Be a teacher. Be a hero.
What comes to your mind when you think about mathematics? Clowns, street sweepers, the Red Sox, robots, the weather, earthquakes, Disney World, pineapples, conventions, parking tickets, fishing? If these practical applications of contemporary mathematics didn't make your list, you should watch public television's math series For All Practical Purposes.
You made it!
Hey, I couldn't have gotten through physics without you.
Yeah, well, you're on your own at college.
It's not fair.
That's all right. I'm gonna get a job, you know, start working, I'm gonna save, and I'll be in college in another year or 2.
So, what do you have planned, Mike?
I think I'm gonna go home and make a sandwich. Okay.
Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Vince, come on, we're late.
This head maggot is more fun than going through a windshield.
Good night from Iron Maiden. Drive home safe. Remember to strap yourselves in with your safety belts. You don't want to end up like Eddie.
Belt up. Don't be a dummy.
Time for a little math test. What's the common denominator of the following situations? Time's up, and the answer is algebra. Not what you expected? Neither is the new PBS series I'm hosting. I'm Saul Garfunkel, and the series is called In Simplest Terms. Join me as we bring college algebra down to earth.
After dating the guy forever, you think I could tell him anything. Why is this so hard? I'm really scared.
It takes a lot of guts to tell someone he's too drunk to drive. But you can do it. Just say it. Because if you don't, there may be nothing left to say.
Kevin, I'm gonna drive.
Take the keys, call a cab, take a stand. Friends don't let friends drive drunk.
This is just one of the many parts you can play as a young Red Cross volunteer.
Volunteer and play your part.
Talk about unusual. How often do you see transparent televisions?
Americans have more money to spend on leisure activities than ever before.
When possible, children should trick or treat during daylight hours and be accompanied by at least one adult.
A boat, archaeologists believe, is from the time Jesus and his disciples fished on the Galilee.
For best results, fertilize your lawn when it is actively growing.
Many people suffer from allergies. Few understand them.
Ma'am, excuse me. Could you help me, please? Sir, could you help me, please? My little girl, she needs blood. Could you help me?
I'm sorry.
Somebody, please. My daughter, she needs blood. Could you please help? Somebody help me.
Imagine if you had to ask for blood to save the life of someone you love. Next time the American Red Cross asks, give blood, please.
Welcome back, IPFW volleyball. IPFW jumping out first two games against Southern Indiana, 15-5, 15-8. Awaiting game three, I'm Paul Farbo, joined by the mechanic, Steve Simonson, the setter, back row specialist, the man. Boy, I wish I would have taken my hat off there during the break, Steve. You can see you do have your hair back. Steve, we're talking a little bit about the break there, how important it is for a team to have camaraderie off the court, and you sort of gave a lot of the players on the men's team nicknames and stuff. How important is that to a team?
It just loosens everybody up. I mean, it brings a little spirit to the game. I mean, like Mechanic, Spider, you know, all those different nicknames. It just, when you're out on the court, it just makes it fun instead of, you know, the same old calling you the same thing every time. I mean, there's a time and place to have a good time, and this is it. And I think by giving people nicknames, it just, you know, new kids coming into town, both guys and girls teams, and they start hanging out with the upperclassmen, and they get nicknames, and I think it makes them feel like they're one of the guys or one of the girls. You know, it makes them feel real wanted and real accepted, and you know, it's a good thing. Do you have a nickname for Matt DeLong, the SID here? Yeah, I do, but I don't know if I really want to. Matt, do everything. Oh, do everything. Okay. Well, why don't you toss him the headset here? We'll talk to Matt quickly. A few things on the agenda as Matt adjusts the headset. Matt, there's been some talk and sort of been, maybe I don't want to say clandestine, but sort of behind the scenes about IPFW becoming a Division I school, and Blake Sebring of the New Sentinel. Blake is a very fine writer. Detailed possibility of IPFW moving to Division I status.
Possibility does exist, as it does with anybody that's Division II and can only move up. So I think what we have to do now is explore the options, and there's really not much more to it than that. It's a very expensive move. It takes a lot for the community to get behind us.
The factors involved pointing IPFW's way for that move to happen would be?
Factors involved. Well, you can look around here now, Paul, and see that we don't get quite the community support I think that we warrant, quite honestly. You're looking at a women's volleyball team that has been recruiting some of the best. This is a hotbed for high school volleyball as well as basketball. People should really look on the volleyball scene and look at what we're putting out there, and really this is our most successful sport, women's volleyball in Fort Wayne, and along with women's basketball. I think women's athletics just in general is just amazing around here. And we're getting the best. You look out here now. We need for the high schools that produce these women to follow them into the college ranks. And I think that's a major factor, is getting the community support. I think then it comes from the private sector. Businesses need to really get behind us. And that was a lot of what Blake's story dealt with, a series of stories, actually 3 days worth, and developing the land we know as the McKay Farm. And if we could somehow tie the development of that land in with the growth of a Division I program, it's obviously years down the road. Okay, so I think what they're really looking at as far as a wish list, a plan, there's nothing that's more than a wish list at this point, is that when we develop that land, it's going to be so good that the community support is going to come naturally, because everybody in town is going to be using our facilities for something. And from there, it's just going to develop naturally. And Division I then becomes a logical progression. And Fort Wayne's a growing community. And so it would naturally progress into, we need this. You see what we've done with minor league sports. And so that's kind of what we're counting on. It's not a plan that says, this is just the next move, so let's just do it.
Quickly, it's really, all the pieces are really sort of in place. It's just a question of getting the pieces together, and it does take money.
A lot of money.
A lot. What type numbers are we talking about here, quickly?
Well, I mean, if I had exact numbers, I would give them to you. I mean, you're dealing with, you're dealing with doubling our budget, possibly even tripling it, so you're getting into millions of dollars, and that's not just in over years. That's like you need it immediately, and so we don't have that, and so that's why it takes years and years and years of planning. So the talk that you hear now about IPFW going Division I, that is initial talk, and you're going to see the results 5, maybe even 10 years down the road. But what you ought to look out for in the meantime is IPFW, especially in the athletic facilities area, that if we're really serious about going Division I down the road, then these facilities are just going to be mind-boggling. And that will be the hint that it's actually happening.
Okay, thanks for stopping by, Matt. We're getting ready for Game 3. Southern Indiana and IPFW. Matt DeLong, the Sports Information Director here at IPFW. Thank you for stopping by, Matt. Appreciate it. Steve Simonson back on the headset, eager to get back at it.
Got a new setter in. Amy cruising for a Lubin back there to set.
Got it.
Long break there in between games. Let's just see if they can come out with some emotion and put this third game in the books.
Also in the lineup, Tiffany Martin, sticking in the IPFW lineup. For Southern Indiana, pretty much the same. Michelle Welp, 7 on the outside in the middle. Becca Tillema on the outside. Jamie Roth playing front line. She'll get the swings both sides. 14, Andrea Miller, middle hitter. And let's see, that's a new face right there. Is that Tanya Broughton in the middle back there? No, scratch that. That's Tammy Embrick. First time she's been in. No, she's not in. She just came out, and Shauna Kester is back in the middle. And on serve is Heidi Bullock as soon as we get the whistle from Lauren Gebert. While we have this break in the action, Tim Heffron has his own show. It's called The Tim Heffron Show.
How appropriate.
And it's on 7 o'clock Thursdays. I host, but Steve, I wouldn't mind you sitting in and talking the jive with Tim a little bit. We go behind the scenes, have a drill of the week, all that sort of stuff of the IPFW Lady Volleyball. 7 o'clock Thursday. This is Bullock at 1-0, and his service error.
She's a little frustrated there. She's like, hey, that wind shear brings down planes. Why didn't it bring down that volleyball?
Ooh. I let that one go. Never got it over the net. Teagarden Porch up for it. That's what you used to blame a serve going out of bounds on, right?
Oh, yeah. You know, I was waiting for it to come along, but it just didn't come. Got that high pressure system. We're moving in from the east, and it just didn't move in.
And Barrett missing with the jump.
Girls are looking a little bit tired out there at the beginning of this game. I just hope that they can get through it and come out of here 3-0 this weekend.
Be a good weekend. They won 12 straight at the end of last year. IPFW did. That was a little whirly-bird coming out of Lubin's hands. She could not turn and find the ball. And Southern Indiana off to the good start. Welp on serve at 2-1. Bad pass by Barrett.
Julie's telling, this is the rotation we're talking about. Julie's just telling Amy, hey, you got to get your pass here quick. You can't shield me from the ball when you get up to the net. So see if we can get one here.
And she took a little early jump there. Barrett dumps it over. Martin in position. The reset for Teagarden down the middle. Caught fingertips. No, it didn't.
I think early in that play, Lauren let one go. Setter on SIU sort of busted out the pitchforks, and you know, Lauren sort of let it go.
IPFW having problems getting into the offense off the pass. One-on-one block. Southern Indiana stretching it out 5-2 now. There's Martin.
Great set. Lubin got that ball to the antenna, out to the antenna, and good things are going to happen when she does that.
First time we've seen Kathy Culp come in tonight. She's going to go behind the service line. Dottie Porch getting a rest.
Tim's had an opportunity to play everybody this week, and I like to see that.
And he's utilized that too. Smart play when you have 3 games in one weekend. Not an easy task. Tough play, Tim. I'm sorry, I called you Tim again.
Why don't we just change my name? I'll be Tim tonight.
Okay. Tim?
Yeah.
Tough play there. Could have been called a lift.
You can be, I don't know, Colin.
Colin, okay. And Tillema not in position once Welp up that one. Tillema standing straight up, not forward on her feet. And IPFW coming back with Culp on serve at 4-5.
Tiffany's having some success in the last couple swings out there, and she's looking pretty good.
And Amy Lubin and Tiffany smiling with each other, starting to get the connection going. Both freshmen, both played against each other quite a bit in the high school ranks. Woodland and Carroll. Reset. Good approach that time by Martin.
Just like that, we're up by 2 points, and SIU coach doesn't want this game to get away within a point or two. Have to get a timeout probably.
I believe it's been 5 straight points with Culp on serve back there.
But just like that, they side out, you know, and now they're back to serve.
Tillema on serve, Rebecca Tillema. Good serve. Catching a line. Did that catch?
Nope. We got the rookie Tim Janes on the lines over there helping the girls out. It looked pretty close to me, but he said no, it didn't touch.
That reminds me of just a funny story from the NCAAs. Penn State and UCLA, and Quentin Spiegel sitting down there on the line, and the one official on the opposite end had blown a couple of calls before badly, and it was a crucial play. Ball was it was tight. It was fast. Quentin called it in for Penn State, and I don't want to say it was a momentum breaker for UCLA, but it certainly helped Penn State out a lot.
Oh, it sure did.
Quentin, as we know, is from the
East Coast area? He's from New York, and
New York, that's right.
He's got some good friends on that team. So, but Quentin did a good job in that match. So, Penn State earned it, and history was made.
Culp cannot come up with it. Should be an interesting season this year for the men.
Yeah, it should be. Speaking of Penn State, their coach is taking a leave for a year, going out to BYU. So they're coachless right now, as far as I know. So they got some good players coming back, but without a coach, who knows what they're going to do out east. And there's going to be some real competitive teams in the East and Midwest. And hopefully we can keep the championship out here in the Midwest or in the East.
Lubin tried to stay away from the net, just dipped her shoulder touching the net. Side out. Scratch that point rather, 6-7, Southern Indiana. So Peterson is going to BYU.
Yeah, his mother's ill out there, and I believe she has cancer, if I'm not mistaken. And he'd like to go spend this year with her, and he's going to be the assistant coach out at BYU, where he had coached previously before Penn State, just for a year though. You know, he hasn't seen his mom in a while. He'd like to go spend this time with her.
Oh, that time Colt moving in position. Teagarden stepping in. Was that a mistake on Heather's part?
It's a broken play, and Heather's trying to get up in there, and yes and no. She just guessed wrong.
This is Parrott. Now Lubin back outside. Teagarden up with it again. Keep going to Parrott. Third time into the net. What about those sets to Julie outside from Amy?
I have no problem with those right now. Julie's tired, and she's trying her best to get the ball down out there. But on a good free ball or a good transition pass, excuse me, I really would like to see Amy set that ball in the middle. And then if you establish that middle, it's going to open up the outside, as April Bear did in the first couple games. Now we're in a little bit of trouble here. I think Tim's going to call a timeout to settle these girls down.
He does. It's 10-7, Southern Indiana in game number 3. Tim Heffron working the team over a little bit. Doesn't want to get them lackadaisical. And there you see it, our next live telecast of women's volleyball, September 21st. Ashland University versus IPFW. Don't know much about Ashland, their type program there.
But I'll be here if you'll be here.
Oh, sure, why not?
You got a date?
Okay, why not? September 21st, that's at 7 o'clock. And I've just been informed by the crack producer, Craig Schmitz, that is a Wednesday.
Yeah, he doesn't miss a beat, does he? He does a really nice job for us.
Steve, you're not getting paid regardless what you say. Nice try, but no, he does a nice job. All the volunteers have put this program together. It's nice that they're able to bring this home to you. And you really appreciate it when there's a packed house out here for the men and you can't get in. Put down by Welp.
Or for all you people who like Notre Dame and are a little bit depressed and don't want to get out tonight, you can turn on the TV and watch this too.
Oh, that's a nice dig, Steve. Steve is from Wisconsin, so you might understand he's not a big Notre Dame fan. And Notre Dame, if you're rolling the VCR and you're going to watch that later.
Dottie, not on my front porch. Put that ball straight down.
You don't mind if I take that, do you?
No, that's fine.
Okay, I'll steal that one. But just get back to that point. Notre Dame, it was a classic, went down to the final moments, final minute. And Dottie Porch, one more time. I like that, not on my porch. That's good work. 8-10 IPFW trailing. This is outside, Welp going down. Teagarden might have gotten hit in the face, perhaps?
I think that might have been from Dottie, actually. Like, that ball came straight down Dottie's chest because she was off the net. And from our view, we could see that. But I think she got a little bit crazy and her elbow might have come down. And Heather's got a nice little red mark on the side of her head there, but she'll shake it off and pass this ball perfectly. Please. Okay, there we go.
Expert commentary. Just can't find it anywhere else. Julie Parrott swinging outside. And she goes back to serve at 8-10. Talked with her after the game today against Ferris State, and she had a couple jump serves that were like jump float cuts. That one is long.
Don't let her fool you. She mishit them.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Where did you learn that? She goes, well, I wasn't trying to do that. Highly effective, though.
Oh, it always is. It's a good serve, those jump floaties. If you can get them, if you can really get control of them. You'll see Scott Lauer do that a lot this year for the men's program. He's worked really hard on that this summer and in the gym, and he does it very well. Lloyd picked it up at the end of last year, and it throws passers off, and I think a lot of national teams are starting to pick it up. And if you can learn to miss-hit it or hit a jump serve floaty on purpose, I mean, it's a tough thing to handle.
Service error into the net. Service game very important.
Oh yeah, that's the key to everything. You have to serve tough, because if you serve tough, they can't pass. They cannot run the middle. If you can't run the middle, you're going to have two blockers on the outside every time.
Kathy Culp in now, Dottie Porch. A respite at 9-10. Culp. Outside, that's Roth. 4 hits, never got it over the net. 10-10. And Kathy Culp ripped off 5 straight points on her service game last time she was back there. And that one caught the low pressure trough that time. Riding out, we have another substitution coming in. Shauna Keister. Tammy Embrick got the start in game 3 out.
Let's see if the girls can push right here and finish this game. Never want to go for it. You don't have to.
Riding box setting. Back to Martin.
Hit it, Heather. There you go.
On an overpass, what is more difficult to judge? When to time your jump, or just the actual speed of the ball, or?
Sometimes the speed of the ball, because it catches you off guard when you aren't expecting that ball. You have to be prepared. I mean, I say you don't expect it, but hey, you should expect the ball to always come to you.
By
then,
that,
then it's a timing thing.
By that, you mean, how do you mean be prepared? Arms up? What
just
tails?
keep your hands high, and when you're up at the net, stay a couple feet, a foot or so off the net, so that if it does, you can take that step and hit it. Don't get caught too far on the net where you have to backpedal to hit the ball, and your momentum's going one way, you try to hit the ball the other way. That's why you see people hit the ball in the net on an overpass, because they're going backwards to try to hit it forwards. Just be prepared and to take that quick step back to make the approach and hit the ball. And more often than not, if you're going forward, you're going to hit that ball straight down, as Heather did that time.
Outside to Martin. Up by Well. Keister into the net. One more shot for Keister. Turned aside again. Got to get it over. Roth dumps.
There we saw the middle in transition, and we got it that time. Set wasn't perfect, but the middle hitter did a great job adjusting to it and just putting it over the net. And that's, in transition you have to mix it up. And I believe that's one of the first times she's done that this game.
Tiffany Martin, the service error, right block with a kill on that previous play.
I think Tiffany was in high school last year watching our men's team serve, because some of these girls must have been doing it, because we've seen a lot of missed serves, and at least in this third game, and I think it's just the tired from the full weekend.
10-10, the overpass. Outside Parrott. And if you're used to the pace in the men's game, the women's game looks a little slower. It is, but it's still not a genteel sport. That ball's coming at you.
Yeah, it is, and especially when Julie hits that ball. I played with her this summer a little bit. We did camps together, and during the breaks, Julie played with some of us guys on the men's net, and Angie Harris, who's now at Notre Dame, and they played with those guys, and they hit the ball pretty hard.
Dottie Porch back in. This is Parrott on the outside. Sneaks it through the block. Reidenbach on serve at 11-10. IPFW up 2-0. This is game 3. And a shank. Chasing it was Roth. Porch was up there. That one just floated a little bit on her.
Yeah, I think she's a little frustrated because she didn't watch the ball when the ball was hit. She either blinked or shut her eyes when it hit that tape, and she knows she should have had that, and that's why she's frustrated. Gave a little tug on the net, but that's good to show the emotion.
Oh, we already talked about it this afternoon. She touches 10-1. That is 2 feet 7 inches over the top of the net.
Well, she can get up, huh?
She can get up.
Little bit of heat there, huh? That's surprising towards the end of the third game here. They said, hey, we're not going to roll over and die yet. We're going to come right back at you, make you earn this last game.
Stephanie Scheidler is in, number 13. She's been in part of this game. And going down the line, just missing.
Julie's clenching her fists out there. She says, "Ah, wish I could have that one back. It was a great set. She just missed the line."
12-11, Southern Indiana.
It's a great job by Lubin to go back to her after an error like that. Get Julie the confidence back right away after a, I mean, she had a great swing on the ball she hit out previously. It's not like she messed up bad. She was just going for it, and give it back to her. Let her get that confidence back.
The knuckler, porch dumps. Dottie up again to block that. Turned to look for it, couldn't get back up in time.
Southern gets a point here. I'd look for Tim to give us a timeout to settle him down. Not wait till game point, but at 13, because then, you still have that 1 point cushion to play around with. So hope it won't come to that. Hopefully we can get a good pass inside out right here. Get a good pass and get a nice quick set to Dottie, and she can smoke one.
Starts with the pass. It's a tough one. Porch with a double dribble.
Yeah, that's for sure. Rumbling, stumbling, and fumbling that one all the way to the bank.
13-11 now. And the overpass, 14-11. This one looks like it's going to go for Dillema for the kill.
Well, we saw this last night when the team that IPFW got in a roll. Tim didn't call timeout. He's not going to. He's going to say, hey, you guys get yourself out of this mess.
Back set, Parrott. Blocked. Lubin up with it. 2 to get it over. T-guard. Now a chance for IPFW again. Dottie Porch. Hitting error. And Southern Indiana.
We had a line judge there calling a touch, but Lauren says, I don't think so there, buddy. You already gave him one call tonight. I'm not going to give you the other one.
All right, so game 3 in the books. Southern Indiana liking the outcome. They win game 3, 15-11. That means we're coming back with game 4 right after this timeout.
This is the increasingly competitive world we live in, and this is the country we want ahead of the competition. These are the people we'll be depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. These are the colleges and universities we're relying on for the people we're depending on to keep this country ahead of the competition. So if you want America to stay #1 in the world, do something about it. Give to the college of your choice.
What comes to your mind when you think about statistics? Polls, gambling, maybe baseball. Sure, but how about lightning, lobsters, music, chocolate cake, sex discrimination, heart attacks, potato chips, traffic, the ozone layer, Shakespeare, monkeys, dancing, drug testing? If some of these things didn't make your list, then you should be watching public television's new statistics series, Against All Odds.
Up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say.
The power of teaching.
World won't get no better if we're just
the power to wake up young minds. The power to wake up the world. Teachers have that power. Reach for the power. Teach. I'm Edward James Olmos, and we're recruiting new teachers. Call 1-800-45-TEACH.
Welcome back to IPFW. Norman Almodovar chatting with Steve Simonson up here. Steve, what's that all about? You got another tournament tomorrow?
Yeah, Norman and I are playing in a tournament tomorrow, and we're just thinking of our team strategy here in between games. He wants me to get home. He's got a curfew set for me, and I think that loss by IPFW set me a little bit late there. What's it going on, 8:30? Norman wants me in bed by 8:45, so I don't think I'm going to make it.
What's the biggest problem when you play with Norman?
I have no problem. You ask him what the biggest problem is. I mean, he's got all the skills out there. Norman goes out there and blocks, and I just got to go try to dig balls and side out for him and hit balls and trannies with my shots. I don't have a problem with Norman. My problem with Norman is that I have a problem trying to get up to his level and his abilities, and he makes a better player out of me when I play with him, and it's really fun playing with him. He's a great player.
So if you want to catch a little volleyball action tomorrow, Lauren Giebert's place, LJ's Volleyball World. All right, I just got word from back in the garage. There's going to be a special treat on Tim Heffron's show next week. If we haven't enticed you already to tune in 7 o'clock Thursday. Tim doesn't know about the treat. I am not aware of it either. I wish it was live television. It's going to be taped though. But well, if you have nothing to do, Thursday at 7. I know Seinfeld, I believe, comes on at 8. Help me out, Steve. You're not helping me. Tim looks really engrossed in this match.
Well, you know, I'm engrossed in the match too, but I was, you know, sort of that Steinfeld thing. You know, I'm a college student. I don't get to watch much TV. Always hitting those books, you know,
yeah,
in case my mom's listening.
Okay, Steve. Nice cover. April Bear moves back into the lineup for IPFW in Game 4.
Great dig back there.
And I imagine Coach Heffron would like to see IPFW get out to a good start. See Julie Parrott rip off 4 or 5 straight points here.
That'd be great. We got to watch April right now. She sat out for a game, you know. You don't never know how loose she really, or how tight she got while she was sitting on the bench, and we just got to keep a close eye on her and see if she can get right back in the flow of this and bring these guys Game 4. You never want to go to Game 5 because rally score, that's dangerous.
Andrea Miller, number 14, in for Southern Indiana. Tough serve, even a tougher set for April Bear.
Great
Bear
touch on
up
the
with
block.
it. Ooh, and Porch into the net. Teagarden, tough pass. Bear up with it. 2-man block outside on Amber Bourne.
That was what you call clamp. Put her hands up and just clamped it. Said, here, take that.
Steve's still thinking about that curfew. Either that or the Notre Dame laws.
Come on now, Notre Dame losing will fire anybody up.
What?
Notre Dame losing will fire anybody up.
He said it twice. I hope your name's not in the phone book, Steve. And IPFW in a little bit of a problem right now, trailing 0-3. We're going to have substitutions. Kerry Herdman coming back in on serve. Eddie Reichart in front line.
Right now, they really, really have to focus and try and push themselves hard. Like you can see them, you know, getting a little tired. And there's Andy with the pounce. Straight down. That's what you like to see. But as I was saying, you got to push through these hard times, all right? You got a little lull now, you're a little tired, it's been a long weekend, but you have to find something and just fight to get through it.
And that's what we call a plan. It's a communication breakdown. Robert Plant.
That's a little hubby-wife, as they call it, conflict. Someone's going to ask for a divorce after that play.
Bear up with it. Teagarden set. Tough approach by Bourne that time.
I'd really like to see Heather get that ball. They're both standing there. April knows that she's the setter and she has to get the second ball. And April's got to get out of the way and let Heather get that ball so she can run the offense, because April is the setter and she should just let someone else get that ball, especially as easy as that one was.
3-2 Southern Indiana. In game number 4, there's Reichart over the middle. Keister trying to save, cannot. And a side out for IPFW. one never made it over the net. Hitting error for Tillema, and we're tied at 3. Big block by Reichart. Slide empty-handed for Hurd.
What you can't do right now with your IPFW is you can't let Southern Indiana think that they can come back and beat you at this point, because they're going to start, you know, that's like adding fuel to the fire, and you can't do that because they're going to come back and get you. If they think they can beat you, that's half the battle of beating you.
They are starting to pick up the pace a little bit. It was tied at 10 in game number 3.
That's a good try by Carey, but that's really not her ball because she is middle back. Amber's got to dive in front and get that ball.
Your IPFW, what type of offense do you want to run ideally in this situation with Reichart in the middle, front?
On a good pass, like right now, you want to get it to her, but, you know, well, we'll get it to her again sooner or later.
Tip by Reichart, soft tip, 2 to get it over outside. This is Bourne. Still alive. Now the fatigue's starting to show a little bit for IPFW.
You know, it's really tough in this situation. April's up in the front row, and she's got 2 freshmen up there with her. I really think right now that Andy's the better of the players. She's got, on a good pass, you got to go to her. And because Amber's arm's going to fall off out there. We get a break there inside out. Now let's see if we can get a couple points.
Difficult swing for Keister. Bourne fails to come up with it. Another substitution. Southern Indiana. Tanya Broughton. And Andrea Miller, number 14, will have a seat. And 5-3, Southern Indiana maybe starting to believe a little bit. IPFW won the first 2 games 15-5 and then 15-8. Southern Indiana 15-11 in the third. Dottie Porch back in, front row. Andy Reichart on serve.
Maybe that'll fire them up a little bit. You see them all run together, tell each other ace, and maybe Andy will step up a little bit and say, hey guys, I'm only a freshman, but I'm going to fire you up if I can.
Well, IPFW definitely flat on their side of the court.
There's another great serve. Dottie, there. Oh, no.
Oh, let's see if we can pick up Lauren Gebert on this. He waves off Tim Heffron right away.
I don't know if Lauren's face is sunburned or if he's a little bit embarrassed up there with the crowd's reaction to his last call, but I really don't agree with her. Dottie did hit it with her elbow, but I mean, it went over. She must have heard me. She's laughing.
I think it hurt her elbow, hit the funny bone. Anyway, it's 5-4 Southern Indiana serving. And there was another one. And April Bear converting. She hit that one with her forearm. It's a legal play, right?
Oh yeah, if it doesn't double hit, hey, bounce that ball off your head if you want to. Then I'll be yelling, go, 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 go.
That reminds me about Brad Perditis. Funny you mentioned bouncing it off your head. Brad Perditis had a bullseye painted on the top of his head.
Yeah, I was the fortunate one to be able to shave that up there. So,
was that the result of many practice sessions? Brad's head getting in the way of the ball?
No, he doesn't get hit in the head too much. I think Craig takes the cake on that one.
Ooh! Big block by Porch, going back to her. Favor returned by Tillema. One-on-one stuff roof. And IPFW hitting a flat spot now.
I make a joke about Craig getting hit in the face a lot, but I'll tell you what, Craig dishes more out than he takes, that's for sure.
Once again, a fine cover. Good up that time, Teagarden and Porch. And Teagarden with a put down. Maybe that'll get something started.
I like to see that because she got blocked once, she came right back and swung again. A lot of times you'll see people get blocked. When they get set right after that, they'll tip the ball. And Heather's, you know, it's a good sign. You know, she's still swinging away, and you got to do that. You can't get tentative and then tip that ball. Great dig back there by April. Great hustle all the way from the right back.
Sacrificing some skin, see if it pays off. This is a chance for IPFW in transition. Big swing. Amber Bourne on the outside. And the deadlock is broken at 5. Now Julie Parrott on serve, 6-5.
April's really determined right now. She hit that overpass straight down, goes back, gets a dig. That's what your upperclassmen are supposed to do.
And an innocent play like that, just getting the ball up on a play like that might get something started. And Jamie Roth into the net. Scratch that, Jamie's not even out there. There was a player from Southern Indiana. I guess Jamie was into the net. Lauren Gebert holding up the 3 fingers. 7-5. IPFW, gain number 4. Wasn't a roof job, but
nonetheless, you know, she's protecting that porch of hers.
Steve, we've hit a flat spot too up here.
Oh, come on now.
8-5 IPFW. Julie with a great up. Parrott gets it over.
Once again, I mean,
what's the call on that?
It was the right call because Dottie had her fists apart. She sort of like double punched it over into the net, but it took a while for those refs to blow that whistle. I mean, it's a good call, but call it. Don't wait 5 minutes after it happens.
That went inside the antenna by Bear. Reset. This is Roth going long. And Amy Reichenbach will come out, as will Dottie Porch, Carrie Herdman, and Andy Reichart back in.
See if Reichart can get us a block here. I'd really like to see a couple blocks. Get to the double digits here. Great touch.
Tillema back on serve at 9. Scratch at 8-5. And Keister back in. Paper a lot has some ready material fall on the floor, so now we get the whistle. Parrott, great up that time. Well, for Southern Indiana, here's a chance for IPFW. Teagarden off the block. Overpass. Now another chance. This is Roth.
Let's see if we can get a side out here and start making something happen. It's important that April doesn't get anxious and try forcing stuff right now. Just stay with the fundamentals.
Two-man block up. Reichart dumps it over. Nice set. Herdman with the kill. Attempt, I should make that. Herdman, Parrott failing to cover up in the back row.
Tell you what, that's a tough play. I got to think that Julie's got to get that because she is middle back when it's coming like that. Carries up at base, and he said primary pass, and someone sets the ball over. There's a nice swing. Got to like to see that from the freshman.
She shows signs, Andy Reichart in the middle. she had, I want to say, but I'm not entirely sure, reconstructed knee surgery a couple years ago. She had some type of knee surgery, a serious knee surgery, a few years ago back at Woodland High School. She's just a freshman. And it's this sport is very tough on the joints. Sometimes she shows great promise, other times she makes a freshman error. And there was an error right there.
It's not going to make Tim happy. I'll tell you why he called a timeout right there is because that's about 3 or 4 plays out of the last 6 or 7 where just easy balls coming into the net that are over the net and they're just dropping. But Tim's going to take care of it in this timeout, and they'll come out pretty good.
Okay, 9-6 the score. IPFW in game 4. We're going to take a break right now. We come back. Rest of game number 4.
Check it out!
The campus has it all.
Learn it, or work it, or play it, just do it. It's a cool place. Call now! Go to work, go to school, go ahead.
Game number 4 about to get underway. Back underway. I need a break, Steve. You want to take over for a while? It's 9-6 IPFW in game 4. Here at IPFW. IPFW leading 2 games to 1. Snap by Julie Parrott.
Okay, here we go. Let's get some points now.
Good. I know you can do play-by-play.
Yeah, you know, I'm just a rookie. The rookie in you.
Tough serve by Reichardt, handled nicely. Porch returning it. Put down by Scheidler. Stephanie Scheidler, number 13. Got some action in game number 3. Reidenbach back in. Moves in. To the back row. This is Bear setting Parrott.
That's a good call. It's a very good call. Her hand was open. When she, after she blocked it, tried to scoop back up, her hand was open. Should have had a fist. You know, Lauren would have let that go because that's legal, but got to get that hand closed.
All the lift on the play, side out. Bear on serve, 9-6. Great up by Bear. And Welp returning.
They're hustling over there, Fresley. They are really hustling.
Keister in position. Reidenbach returns. And the 2-man block on Julie Parrott. And the longer you let this team hang around, more dangerous it becomes.
Yep, that's true, and they're really out hustling IPFW right now, and if they're going to continue doing that, you know, they may get to a game 5, and that's what they're trying to do at this point.
Southern Indiana comes in at 2-4 on the season. IPFW at 3-3. That time, the chisel.
Hey, there's one for you. Who you been listening to?
Craig.
Okay, the chisel.
Did he get that from you?
He just got that from anybody. That's a pretty common term, but pretty impressive there, Paul.
Well, thank you. I'll try and throw those out occasionally. You can correct me when I'm wrong. I make quite a few mistakes.
Oh, no.
That one went inside the antenna, did it?
I guess it really doesn't matter because Dottie just put that ball down and said, hey, I don't care if it went inside or outside or around it, but I'm going to put it straight down.
Wide open, middle of the floor. Porch converts. 10-6, Parrott on serve. That one sort of got away from her. When you hit that jump serve, Steve, or any serve, ideally, where do you hit the ball at?
Well, the float serve you want to hit with an open hand, as you always want to hit the ball and you hit it, attack it. You want to hit in the middle of it and sort of attack it and then lay off to let it float over the net. But the jump serve, you want to hit the top of the ball and snap your hand through it so that you get that top spin effect. That time, Julie probably hit the bottom of the ball and the side of it because you saw it sort of spinning and floating at the same time, so she just mishit it. It could have had something to do with the way she tossed the ball or whatnot, but she didn't get the top of the ball, that's for sure. Otherwise, she'd have got that top spin effect.
Kill attempt by Amber Bourne. Finding paint or tape. In the back corner, this is Dottie Porch on serve. Teagard reset for Bourne. Nobody home, got to dump it over. Roth does. Here's the transition.
They're making IPFW in it, aren't they?
11-6. IPFW started out quickly. 15-5 in the first. Very quick game. And now it's 11-6 in the fourth. Kelly Boyd, head coach Southern Indiana, takes a timeout. And while we have this moment, we'll mention to you that Channel 6 is now accepting applications for underwriting live IPFW sports events as well as other programs. For more information about how your business or organization can utilize this opportunity, you can call the Channel 6 office during business hours, 481-6000.
So what do you think the big surprise is going to be for Timbo in his show this week?
Ooh, I don't know.
You think maybe she's going to show up?
She's a college student. Where at? I left that wide open. I'm not gonna let you. Called you Tim again, Steve. I'm not gonna let you say anything bad about Notre Dame the rest of the way.
Oh, good call, Lauren. There you go. Like last night, she looked like a Harlem Globetrotter out there spinning the ball on her finger.
This sport no good. Point for IPFW, 12-6, Porch on serve.
I don't think Dottie saw anything wrong with it, though.
Dottie's going to play both sports this year. She's also going to play basketball. New head coach Pat Bowden for the women. Should be a very good women's team this year. Pam Bowden. I said Pat, sorry. Pam Bowden. It's getting late here.
Once again, our buddy's right on top of that one in the garage.
Craig Schmitz, the producer. 13-6. This is Teagarden to put it to 14-6 and match point.
Great swing by her late in the match. That's what we need by our veterans. You know, Tim said that he had a problem last weekend where the upperclassmen weren't stepping up and finishing the games for him. Well, Heather just almost put the lid on that one right there. See if we can get a block for match.
Roth missing wide, and there it is. 15-5, 15-8, 11-15, 15-6, your final. IPFW got out early, then struggled a little bit in the middle, but come out with a victory anyway. 3 straight. They move to 4-3, Southern Indiana 2-5. We'll take a break. Be back on the other side right after this.
Color, space, line, form. These basic elements have been used by painters, sculptors, and architects to create artworks of timeless beauty and value. The Art of the Western World television course examines many of mankind's most enduring achievements and provides you with the key to the language of art.
come from?
Tonight, Dolores had a few drinks, did some crack, and ended up another tragic story. Only she doesn't know it yet. Drugs make you forget. And if you forget how risky sex can be, you could catch the AIDS virus and not know it for months, even years. AIDS, another way drugs can kill.
She is one of America's toughest drug enforcement agents. Last year, she helped convict 90 drug dealers, seize several tons of crack and marijuana, and close down 10 major drug operations. She is a 68-year-old grandmother named Irma. She set up a community drug watch that is not only changing her neighborhood, but its future. There are many ways to help in your community. Call the Points of Light Foundation. Do something good. Feel something real.
Tony had some drinks, a few joints, and got into a fatal accident tonight. Only he doesn't know it yet. Drugs make you forget. And if you forget how risky sex can be, you could catch the AIDS virus and not know it for months, even years. AIDS, another way drugs can kill.
You were the first in this family to get into college.
I'm so proud of you.
I can't go, can I? Just can't afford to send you.
I didn't mean to let you down.
I understand. Maybe next year. Maybe.
Hard-working students deserve a chance. Please, support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gate Center. This is Steve Simonson once again. And I'd like to give you this brief message. We at IPFW are pleased to be able to bring you cablecast of NCAA athletic competition. We hope you've enjoyed the show and the excitement of intercollegiate sports from IPFW. To provide such programs, we need your support. With the help of many volunteers, we're able to produce these programs at a relatively low cost. Your contributions will help defray the production costs not covered by Channel 6 budget. The College Cable Access Center invites you to invest in quality college programming by sending your contributions to Channel 6 at IPFW, 2101 Coliseum Boulevard East, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. Please make your check out to the Indiana Purdue Foundation at Fort Wayne and designate it for College Cable Access Athletics. Now I'd like to send it down to the floor with Paul and the sweet sweatshirt and our Dandy Don player of the game, Andy Reichart. Thank you. Take it away, Paul.
Thank you very much, Steve. The Dandy Don player of the game, Andy Reichart, a freshman from Woodland, Indiana, and talking there while we had that brief timeout. Andy, you really have to put a lot into this sport. You've got some bum wheels.
Yeah, you definitely have to put a lot into it, because if you don't, you won't be able to play. You have to give 100% all the time, or else it just won't come through for you.
How about tonight's game? What did you think the difference was then coming back in that fourth game? The fatigue factor started to show a little bit.
It's just he subbed a few people in and getting more people into play, and you just had to come in off the bench and be ready to play and put the ball down. You have to have the attitude. You got to put it down, or no one else is going to.
How about your attitude then in the middle? You snapped a couple off there. That's got to be a big part of your game. And I know Tim has mentioned you hit the back row slide better than anybody's ever seen before. What is exactly your game? What are you going to try and work on and bring to this team specifically?
I do run the slide, but we were having a little bit of trouble with that right now. So we were running mainly middle one balls, but we just want to improve it. And I told April, my setter, I said, give me the ball and every time I'll get you a kill. So she told me she'd give it to me. So.
This team's starting to click a little bit, 3 straight. Big win today against Ferris State, but it's also important tonight to come out and win. You couldn't let this one slip away.
Yeah, we couldn't let this one because we had to keep it up to get in our standings. We want to get for our team goals at the end of the year.
And that is to get to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team. You feel this team has got the potential right now? Do you see it?
Yeah, we definitely have potential. We have a lot of people coming in and really changing everyone's attitudes. We got a lot of people that came back that really are helping us freshmen out. They're really giving us a lot of advice on how to play and what to do. It's really helping us.
All right, well, good game tonight. Andy Reichart, the player of the game. Let's throw it back upstairs. Steve, put a wrap on this one for us.
Okay, thanks a lot, Paul. Okay, we'd like to take this time to thank the Channel 6 volunteer crew and the Learning Resource Center at IPFW for their contributions to the live production of our volleyball match this evening. The telecast of this IPFW sporting event is the copyright and sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, retransmission, rebroadcast, or other use of this event without the express written consent is strictly prohibited. Don't forget to tune in next time for the IPFW Women's GLVC match. Tune in and we'll see what happens next time. I'm Steve Simonson for Paul Farball. Thanks a lot and good night.